Bjorn, Mudhorn. What's going on? Welcome, welcome, guys. Girls, everybody. Few and far between and in between. What a day it has been. Just give me a second here to get some of these tunes set up here. Daisy is up there giving herself a bath. I'm sure that you guys don't want to listen to, hello. Any cat in the box today? Nope, Daisy's up top. Adam has arrived to make everyone else uncomfortable. Hi, Adam. Bar with my hair is as I get to the music thing that I had. I'm not sure where that wandered off to, but I need it. There it is. What's up, Starboy? Nope, Daisy's not in the box right now. She's up top doing her Daisy best. Her brother's out in the other room. Oh. So I know I want to do some art today. Check in on everybody. See how everybody's doing. On account of, the feds shot another person on the street today, so that's good. I worked the other day on clearing that out. Made some structure improvements to the corner and the back. I actually got this to sit level like I wanted to. It had started to curl at the corners, which was my bad. But I took care of that. And now I'm thinking about like changing up the surface a bit and having only part of the area be a landing pad, because I think that's not what I want that space to be. So that's something that's running across my brain. Yeah. And I've also attached some things up top and made a couple of changes, but we'll get closer to that. I've been actively vlogging it with the camera so that I can have a clip video that I can put together for you. But yeah, let's do some art. How's everybody doing? Let's get this guy weathered up. I think that's a good place to start. Excuse me. Actually, let's get his hat off, remove his rifle. I'd like to weather this jacket up a lot more, like separately. Almost like I'm painting it. I'm not painting it, but almost. And I want it to be more of a brown. So we're gonna try a couple of things here. And thank you. I like my drink of choice too tonight. If it wasn't a work night, probably be something a little stronger, but them's the ropes on that. We're gonna use a very wet brush I'm just touching it with the paper towel so it takes some of it. That is not gonna work. I don't think that's gonna work. What's going on, Nebula? Think I may need to change to null oil for what I want to do. Or we could try black or shading gray acrylic ink. Without the water. See if that gives me the effect that I want. Yeah, that'll work. Adam is trying to win the award for being wrong. Your local forecast. Locals on the 8s. I just wanted to give that jacket some more of a leather look instead of a canvas look. And so far, using this black, or rather gray acrylic ink as a shading ink, it's given me the effect I want. So I'm gonna stand him up and give him a minute to do a bit of drying. And I'll rinse that out with the brush. And what I can do is take some of this brown wash, the burnt umber or burnt sienna, whatever the hell it is, and just use it to dirty up the hat band area on this trooper's cap that I made, or cobbled together, or cut apart, whatever you want to call it. Turn that Weather Channel music down just a little bit. Give that a chance to exist. And we'll take some of that black that's on this brush. Let it get into the crevasses on that hat. Just give it a little more character. ahead and... Oh, I've got some right there. I was gonna decapitate a sponge brush for the project, but I've got some sponge sitting right here. There we go. Just want to soften some of the shine. But I like that way better than just the typical Cassian style brown that's on there. Actually, get the shoulders too. There we go. And I'll weather up his pants and his boots. I think those boots might be better looking in black. Questionable. Because like his pilot boots are black. I think those look great. But I digress. Let's get some like khaki mixed up here. Some khaki. How do the Australians say it? Khaki? Cocky? No, that's Boston. Yellow. And we're gonna go with saddle brown. What's up, Brad? Well, that's just what they'll do, Bjorn. Okay. Then I've got a little fluffy makeup brush here. Get some of that off there. Get a lot of that off there. There we go. And I'm just gonna dry brush his trousers, his pantaloons. Let's get his arms up out of the way. Like it's a Miley Cyrus song. Except currently is no party in the USA. Is that what the kids are calling it now? What's that, trousers? Or is Adam talking about his trouser snake again? He might be that guy from that one convenience store, Kim's convenience store, right? Could be him, I'll never say. And he ain't no snitch. What's happening, Aunt? Mr. fucking fancy painter over there showing me some of his work yesterday. Fucking blowing my little mind. I think these are getting closer to where I want them. Then we're going to add some gray and just do the highlights. Well, maybe not gray. Maybe we add white. Some titanium white. That's a slightly offensive color. I like it. Got this on the hoop. Well, I've got whatever's left on here in the brush. Just give it a quick tie-in. Yeah, get some of that on there. That's subtle, but it's doing the job. The boy cats are out in the kitchen causing chaos. I can hear them bouncing around by the cabinet door trying to figure out how to get in to get treats. Okay. I think I can get this man spread eagle here. Do a little work on the inside. I wonder, just wonder, yeah. Let's do a little bit of yellow. Mixed in with whatever brown is on the brush. Hopefully this goes the way I want it to. Could go horribly wrong. There's like an 80% chance that it goes bad, but the 20% chance if it's good. A little bit more white. It's one of my weird on-screen pet peeves is when I see somebody in like fatigues or they're somewhere and they're wearing white but they're really sweaty and shit, and like their t-shirt is like stark bleached white. And I'm just like, no. You'd be a little messier than that, friend. So, there's that. And now we're gonna mattify the jacket. So waste not, want not, I guess. A little grossness on his boots. And his cuffs. I don't know how good that'll show up on camera, but it adds a difference. All right. Now, use our friend Matthew Mod Podge, or the Super Matthew variety. There we go. Probably going to take 2 coats on this, and that's okay. Because sometimes you got to hit the same target twice. And learning this stuff as I go along helps me recognize that I don't know everything, and that sometimes you can go over your mistakes to correct them or to make improvements. But we'll see. We'll do this one pass. See how see how the jacket looks. I do like it this way, though. It's way more Indiana Jones, excuse me, and less field jacket. Let's see, we got comments that I'm completely missing. Crazy old cat man. Is there a cat sleeping? Yeah, Daisy's sleeping up top in the tower. Hey all, I see you painting a lot. Thank you. What was... That's how you got to... Oh, hitting the same target twice. I get you. I said sometimes, Bjorn, you need to hit your target twice in order to, you know, learn something or try and figure something out. In this case, I am Trying to figure out if it's going to need more than one coating of matte Super Matthew Mod Podge to bring the jacket down to the level that I want it at. And I was just commenting, like, on, you know, a lot of things in life. You need to do it twice in order to get the correct results. As I said, this side's already dry, or dry enough. It looks like what I was going for. And this side's drying up now. So we'll do that, and then I guess I'll do Mod Podge on the pants just to lock in all that flavor that we put on there. I'm not going crazy heavy coat or anything like that for the pantaloons. This is more protective, if anything. Then I can come back in when it's dry and I can paint this cord for the mag holster, or the magazine pouch, if you will, for his rifle. A little on the shirt too, why not? Ain't gonna hurt nobody. And yeah, Miss Daisy, she's a snoring gal up there. And then here's just his finished up hat. We can pop that on him. Go ahead and stick his blaster in his hand. We've got a nice Rebel ready to do what's necessary. I like it. I like to see it. Oh, timber. Come on, Lenore. There we go. I've got this one, but I think he needs, obviously, his helmet. Electric. Which kind of foam are you cutting with that saw? Because you're probably about to have a bad and noisy time. No, I personally don't use AI because I think it's a waste and pure laziness, if I'm being honest. But I think I want to give this trooper helmet a repaint and make him some sort of like fire director or something for a heavy cannon. Yeah, let's pop his head out of there. And yeah, that's Balin's skull. Balin's head does fit on here. You can either have it sitting down really close or make him a little bit taller by just setting the head on the peg a little bit higher. I like that as a figure. Pink foam. It's going to be squeaky, and you may not be having a very good time with it. I wish you luck, sir. So I'm thinking maybe white, almost like a Rebel Fleet Trooper's helmet, but we'll use, maybe we'll do the black bumpy armor parts of it as like steel or like some type of metal. But I know I need to sand this a bit first because this surface is really smooth. So we're gonna grab a sanding stick and I'm just gonna make some noises. Yeah, this plastic is really smooth. You'll see in a lot of like fighting groups throughout history, once they've captured enemy equipment or taken it off of soldiers or, you know, prisoners, stripped their gear, taken it away, they'll put it to use. They'll repurpose it within their own camps and their own operations. And so I do love the idea of them stealing Imperial helmets and things like that to reuse. Because, like, shit, I'd do it. Especially if you're like one of those systems that was taxed by the Empire and they used your taxes, your natural resources from your planet to pay for those things. That's the people's E11 Web Blaster. You feel me? And I think I want to go over it one more time here. But I think I want to give the armor part a little more texture, right? Like this here and this piece here. So we're gonna visit our friend not Mod Podge, and I'm just gonna take a little bit of that on one of my dry brushing brushes. There we go. I'm just gonna give this a quick layer of sloppy, stiff, peaked Mod Podge. When I say stiff peaked, it means when I'm stippling this on here, I'm just going straight up and down. Like, I'm just hitting it so that when I pull the brush away, there's no brush strokes. Pulled it up. That's awesome. For me, that's a lot of the fun is just creating the stories and putting things together. There we go. If I work fast enough before it cures, I can show you how it'll look. So you got that bumpiness, that texture there. So that when it dries, when you're dry brushing the paint over it, those are little tiny peaks and valleys that are going to be great for collecting washes or just getting hit with raised brush strokes. Speaking of noisy little cats named Storm, he's knocking on the studio door wanting to come in. So I suppose my little friend can come in. Give me 1 second to let Storm in, but he's going to have to chill in his box. Oh, yeah. I exercised today after shoveling yesterday. Mistakes were made, but it feels good to get the body moving. Come on, you big chungus. What are you looking at? Your sister's in here. Yeah, come on in. Yes, sir. Watch your butt. Here. Oh, he's a big man. He's a big storm. He's a big stormy boy. Say hi, everybody. Here you go. Good boy. Let me help you out. There you go. Good boy. Good boy, Storm. Say hello, everyone. Yeah. Yep. He's like, I want to be on TV. Here, your sister up there snoring? Or are you watching TV now? He's watching TV. I will make his boots black, or darker at least, because they could certainly use it. While this is drying, I'm just gonna use some of that ink, or acrylic shading ink, and go from the gaiters down over his boots, down to the soles. And then I can come back. Can I help you, sir? You need something? And pick out the buckles. With some silver. But otherwise, we want some nice dark boots on here. It's gonna go with the direction that we're going with the helmet. And if I can find some gloved hands, I'll swap out some gloved hands for this too. Just to make it a little more like a tanker, you know, like a tank driver. Maybe that's what he is. I haven't decided yet. Equipment's operator or something. All right, so let's get the white out. And we're going to take our white paint, our titanium white. Hi, bud. Can you say hello? If you started talking right now, I'd probably fucking pass out and die. So, maybe don't start talking. Or do. I'm not your boss. Okay, now we got our white paint here. I'm just, oh, goodness. What kind of, how's it going, Steven? What kind of resources do the rebels on Gimmick have? Do they have vehicles? They do have vehicles. They have some Imperial equipment that they've repurposed and commandeered over the time that they've been engaged in battle. They have speeder bikes, other non-Star Wars type vehicles that have been repainted and repurposed, and they utilize what they can when they can. They don't have any walkers yet, but they do use large scale. That's not the right brush for that. That'll do. They do have some larger beasts of burden that they use that help move equipment and units around. But they are truly a guerrilla force, you know? They weren't necessarily on gimmick with intention. Sometimes, you know, you just end up here and, well, I'll be damned, the Empire showed up and started trying to impose their will. And so they know that the cause is there, and they are here to help in the fight and organize when they can. They have some older Clone Wars vehicles, stuff made by the locals. They have heavy artillery, things of that nature. But that's a good question. More pass of white over the back of that. I think I may go with green rather than white. Yeah. Like a gray-green. Yeah. I think that's what I'm going to do. So let's go with a olive gray. So I thought just for a second I'm doing like a navy, not a navy blue, but like navy colors, like naval uniforms. I think, yeah. As soon as I saw that on here, I knew that was the right choice. Yep. What'd you hear, Storm? I'm gonna do the whole thing green first and then do the plates, the armor. There's the word that I was trying to say. That dry for a hot second, and it will dry fast because these acrylic hobby paints do dry hella quick. You being good, bud? You having a good little rest time? Look at that. You good boy. You so handsome. Yeah. He's like, get my chin, Papa. Yeah, he's a good boy. Imperial Control. Making a building commission for trading with somebody. Needed a break from the rocks. Lack of Andor stuff. I can make. Yeah. Pig monster. I don't want the pig monster. I want the pickup truck with Zach Braff's little MAGA wannabe Imperial truck driver. I love the Empire. That was weird. Because the series of videos I can make or figure content I can make with that little guy sitting in the cockpit of his truck with a pair of Ray-Bans on, yelling about the woke rebel media, would be fucking gold. Kenobi, yeah. Yes, it is. Don't take away my viewership, Bjorn. I'm just trying to make it by. Yeah, I plan on watching that after I'm done here. Get cleaned up. Probably do the dishes first. And then watch the newest episode of Kenobi. Or Kenobi, Fallout. Jesus Christ, you got Kenobi on my brain. I like that. I think Curse of Oak Island. Man, I think the curse is that treasure ain't on that fucking island anymore. And if it is, they've sunk the tunnels in on it so many times. They're not going to find it unless they get the rights to dig up the entire island and just run it through a John Rhys Davies. Unless they somehow get the rights to just run that entire island through a sifter. I don't think they're ever going to fucking find it. My grandmother was a huge fan of that show, and I'd watched almost all the episodes up until last year. We were waiting for them to come out on streaming. But, yeah, there's something there for sure. I don't think that they're ever going to find it. Which is a shame, because I love a good treasure hunt. There we go. And you know, just for fun, give it some character. Add some scratches along the back of the duckbill here. There we go. Just enough. That's cool. All right, let's mat that up. Let's give that a good coating of Mod Podge. I'm sorry, buddy. Am I keeping you awake with my my annual live stream? Yeah. I just think it's, I get it. It's the entertainment. I'm sure they're making money hand over fist from books and and all that. And just the fame of being those guys that are working that treasure and everything in the TV channel, I'm sure that they get paid a certain amount per episode for those shows. But I can't see there being a good ending to that, where they walk away with the treasure or the museum gets it or whatever, however they would handle that. It's like the hunt for that one mob treasure in upstate New York here that still goes on. That money is long, long gone. Nice, Bjorn. What'd you figure out? Okay. Something under the ground. Yeah. I wonder if they've been able to use like seismic maps, or get somebody there with a geological impact rig, you know, kind of like that thumper from Jurassic Park, something like that that can shoot radar into the ground and see if they can't get a map. I can't remember if they've done that or not. I know they had some type of mapping done in one of the earlier seasons. I just can't remember what type of mapping it was. They have, okay. Because I know a friend of mine's an archaeologist, and the stuff that they've been able to find just by like flying over places and using certain types of radar and finding entire cities buried in the jungle or under the earth. It is a wonder that we still make discoveries today, you know? Let's see if I can find a pair of black hands for him, black gloves. I'd love a hand that's pointing, or like two-finger pointing, like, you know, fire that way. That'd be cool. But I'm not going to be super picky about it. Multiple tests like that, small amounts of explosive. Yep. I know they just unveiled like a recently cleaned up Aztec. I believe it was an Aztec discovery. It was really cool to see the temple and it was a burial chamber, they think. It was cool to see like the temple design and carved into the stone, and there were a god and goddess or guardian, a male guardian and a female guardian on either side. And I was like, that's fucking amazing. Let's see about getting him some black gloves on his hands. Ouch. And yes, for anybody wondering, I do have little two sweet hands for my famine figure. Let's see, we've got some A lot of alien hands here, Wookiee hands, boxing gloves. From my 19 Wookiees collection, I have 19 Wookiee hands. Random Xenomorph hands. Red, there's a black gloved hand, I think. Nope, that's a... that's a no. That's a right fist, and... oh, nope, here we go. There's something pointing. Waha! So we got a left pointer. I mean, does he need matching hands? There we go. So we got a left and right. Let's see. Let's see about swapping those out right now. Put those in there. Yeah, that'll work. There we go. Yeah. I'm calling down fire. I'm liking that look. I think I'm gonna go with it. Set that down there so I can trip over it later. Interested in the findings of Egypt. Pocket clothes. The shrine of the people fucking... the head goes on the bottom, I think, of this monkey. Legends of the Hidden Temple. Let's see here. Yeah. I dig on that. I think I can do just a pass of weathering. And I think I can call that good. Let me give his face a wash. Make him look a little different. There's that one. Just give him some like darker under eyes. So we've got peach flesh. A little bit. Bring you guys down for this. I'm going right underneath his eyes, and next to his nose, around his cheeks. I guess maybe we'll go over his nose too. There we go. I think he looks less like Balin's skull with the top half of his head hidden. Let that dry. He says as he continues to poke and prod at it. What is that? Where is... Come on. Okay. I think. Dime Novel Legends. And while I'm at it, I'll just put a little quick wash on this armor. I think this guy will be the gentleman that's helping train the partisans on how to take down Imperial vehicles. So he'll be training everybody with the rocket launchers, and the portable missile units, and the droids, kamikaze droids. Hell yeah. I feel like he's missing something aside from like a passive weathering, and maybe that'll satisfy whatever curiosity or urge that I have here is. Maybe I just need to weather up his jacket. Could that be it? Could that be all that I'm missing in life? Is a nicely weathered sci-fi jacket? If only it were so. Although I'm not saying I wouldn't wear one of these coats from Andor. I would just prefer it myself if it were green. I like a green coat. Or black. Do love a green coat or a black coat. They say once you go black, you'll need a wheelchair, so. Come on, White Chicks? Nobody? Really? It's a fucking classic. I have a slight pinch in my left hand fingers. Maybe this is it, boys. This is where old Fammy Fam gets taken out. He died doing what he loved. Bitching about things on the internet while he painted toys. Yeah, I think it was just the lack of weathering. Or like pin lining on this. Not true panel lining, but really just targeting certain areas on the jacket where you would get a little bit of dirt buildup. Nice. Cool. Let's see. See how it looks on camera. Yeah. I think I just need to do a pass of light weathering on the shirt and pants and then seal them. And I'm happy with this guy. I'll have to put a blaster in his holster, maybe a couple of thermal detonators. But I do love the idea. Or maybe a pair of binoculars, rangefinders. Yeah, put them up like that. That might not be a bad idea. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. So let me see something. Let me ask you something, Lori. Think Rick's gonna keep you and Coral safe? So we're all, by and large, Star Wars fans of some sort. You know how we have like our there's weird sections of our community. I stumbled quite accidentally, into the weird end of the Walking Dead fandom, where they make these like what if reels where they cut episodes together. Basically, it's like a bunch of macho, and I use that term extremely loosely. Macho, what if, these guys killed this female character, or this female character was taken out, and I was like, oh, okay, this is a fucking weird, dumpster fire to see. And I was like, I guess it makes sense that like every fandom has that weird fucking subsect of people on the internet. No, it popped up in my feed. I think, I would imagine, because of the amount of Walking Dead clips that I liked for the shorts. But then they just started popping up, and I'm like, okay, the algorithm thinks I like this, so I need to cut that shit out. But it was so surreal. The initial one I saw, it was like Rick and Daryl kill Michonne, and I'm like, when did that fucking happen? I thought that he hadn't, I thought I missed something. And then I was like, nope, no, this is just some weird fake out thing. And then they just kept showing them to me. And so I was like, no, this has got to get off my feed now. So I started, every time they popped up, clicking on don't show me this again, or don't show me anything by this author. But, or this maker, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, apparently there's a whole subsect of that genre of clips and reels, which has got me wondering. I'm sure, I know there's all the Raylo, fanfics and all that and whatnot, but I wonder if there's that ultra masculine, fragile masculinity of Luke kills Rey and then takes over, and the movies are good because Luke killed Rey. She was a girl and we didn't like her. Luke killed her because of the Force. Because it was a Star War. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna pull out a. Oh, let's not get ahead of ourselves, fellas. I'm not definitely gonna pull out. Hoi 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 hoi. No, I'm definitely gonna pull out a pair of rangefinders to give this guy, because he absolutely is gonna be calling out strikes, and he's gonna need glass to see what he's doing. He's gonna need optics, okay? Gave up on The Walking Dead after Glenn died. Hey, have a good time with the wife. Don't wind up with 3 kids. I kept going for quite the while. The Daryl show was very enjoyable. Ouch. I highly recommend that one, because he winds up in France via a whole fucking boat thing, and it's interesting to see the other side of the world. Actually, I think I already had the case. Oh, he hit the wrong button. Oh god, he turned it all off. He's gonna burn the whole goddamn place down, fucking around like that. Hitting light switches when you're not supposed to. Would you believe that I had the binoculars out the whole time? So I still don't believe that I did. Kind of ruined zombies for you. How the hell did Walking Dead ruin zombies? You hit them in the head and they die. Zombie. I mean, you could do the same with people. I don't recommend it. Certain people, anyway. Crazy cup. Nice little saddlebag from Bjorn. Now, Bjorn, we've been workshopping some closing lines for you whenever you do a live stream, and I think that you could end something with like, and as for me, I've been Bjorn truly, like yours truly. Yeah, buddy. I think that's the way to go. Where are these goddamn binoculars? Hey, Abby, what's happening? I just saw you popped in. Is it in with the blasters? Am I that stupid? No comment. Anybody else? Keep your opinion to yourself. But probably I am. Okay, those are the giant heroic scale size hands. I've no need for those right now. Just need a pair of really sexy rangefinders. Here's that little droid. Oh, Adam's back. He wandered off. And now he's back. From outer space. You just walked in to find me here with that stupid look upon your face. Come on. Alright, here we go. Start looking upside down on this one first. Before I get all going home and open things. Yep, they're there. Okay. Where are you, you little bastards? I just saw you. Okay. So we got battle droid, rangefinders. We got regular binos. That'd be different. A pair of regular binoculars, maybe. Have a set of Sith rangefinders in here too. Classic cell phone. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the oh, let's see. That's less sci-fi. I want more sci-fi. So we're gonna go with this, and we're gonna go with his be his rocket launcher for now. For now. So I'll be able to have him like these need detailing. Holy shit, do they need detailing. Okay. Daisy do. Stormy too. Yeah. Have him taking a look. Dropping his binoculars because he's so shocked at what he saw. And then calling out the metrics on radio. Like, fire. Oh, batteries, fire, fire. Here we go. And when he's not teaching folk how to shoot, he can actually show them how to shoot. So let's do some detailing on this. I think this is just going to get a silver. I'll do silver on the front to give the glass effect. And then just a wash, black wash. He needs a whiskey bottle. What he does in his bunk after the war crimes and atrocities that he's had to do in order to secure freedom is entirely up to him. It's none of our goddamn business. Tell you that much. Man was a hero back on Dagobah. Okay? His father actually fought in the Clone Wars. Convinced him to enlist. And then he went out and did horrible, horrible things. For the goddamn rebellion. And he finds himself working side by side in the trenches with separatists. No, but he had to learn. Had to learn, get past his preconceived Star Wars notions. Where's the black paint? Because I want to do something fun. I think it's gonna be fun. I don't know. Could be boring. Little bit of black paint on there. There we go. All I've done is well, that's the thing about the Separatists, is the droid army was just for Dooku to help control stations. There are Separatists on Gimmick, but it's not all droids. There were a lot of planetary armies and militias and groups that were, you know, they were supposed to be taken care of by the Republic and felt that they weren't, and they were left out on the outer rim, out in the dust. And so they, when the Empire took over after the Republic fell, they felt very vindicated, but still they were outnumbered and outclassed and outgunned and had to fight. But there were some people who were really stuck on the blame game. So just a little fun bit of lore. Son of a bitch, jumped right out of my hand. Fun little bit of lore there. I think it's fun. I'm just painting some little buttons on there. What you doing, Storm? He's like trying to sleep, Papa, but you keep talking. Yeah. Oh, big stretch from the big old Storm. You can't believe he's still in the box? Dude, he just comes in here and takes naps. He loves it. He loves being right next to me while I work. Yeah. That's the thing, is people didn't get how played they were by Palpatine and Dooku. And it kind of it goes with the whole, you know, the vibe of war and things like that. It's like we know now Vietnam was fucking terrible, right? And there was so much support for that war initially, and then we kept losing kids and losing kids and losing kids, and then eventually people hated it. But there are still folks out there that think that it was just that was the move. Vietnam was the move, and that, you know, we should have stuck with it and all this other stuff. And it's like they have no idea how badly they were played by their own government or by, you know, politicians and agents in the news and stuff like that, that they were played to believe that that was the correct thing. And those people are truly scary because those are true believers. And I was telling somebody about that the other day. I was like, with all this shit going on, and by the way, there was another person today shot by federal agents in the street in Arizona. Status is still unknown. They were rushed to critical care. I don't know anything beyond that, but like, there are people who are willing to not trust what their own eyes see and just say whatever they're told. And I was trying to explain to a friend that they are true believers. They are the scariest ones. They're scarier than the people doing it, because a lot of the people that are doing it don't actually care about the ideology. They don't care about anything. They just like the task that they're doing and get away with it and make money. But there are people that are like true fucking believers that think that this right makes, this might makes right situation that they've got going on is just the way to do it. And it's those people are scariest. It's like, why do you think here in the United States we still have people down south that thinks it was a war over states' rights? Yeah, it was the war over states' rights to keep human beings as property. But they were raised by Peepaw and Meemaw who their parents fought in the Civil War and told them that it was, oh, states' rights, states' rights. Yeah, the states' rights to keep people as property. But those people won't ever change their mind. They won't ever be swayed by facts and knowledge and reading handwritten letters from Confederates saying that, yeah, we want to, keep the Negro chained and blah, 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 and all these other terrible things. They just don't want to see it. They refuse, so they're so locked into that belief that they're dangerous. Yeah, I have a family member who was exposed to a lot of Agent Orange in Vietnam, and it has wrecked his body and his mind. Horrific to see. And I feel terrible about it. We did not treat our, number one, what we did to the Vietnamese, but number two, what we treated our soldiers when they came back. We didn't, and it was horrible. And yeah, that's a whole other thing. Those people that were in charge of trying to, or that should have been in charge of taking care of veterans when they came back from Vietnam. People keep believing it. Yeah, believing that, and also the admission that they made a mistake this bad. It's like, no, of course I wouldn't be on the side of the bad people. Why would I be on the side of the bad people? Clearly, it's just a misunderstanding, and so I'm just going to stick with it. And they say it's like this, and so it must be like that, because I couldn't make, no, I wouldn't make that very wrong moral choice. Why would I? And then there's also the people that are just gleeful in it. They just love owning the libs or upsetting people. Or I came across the guy in a Ghostbusters group today. They came out and said, hey, we feel that we need to say this, but, that type of ideology isn't welcome here, this, that, and the third. And the guy's like, why are you getting political? I want my cosplay group to not be political. And I was like, buddy, politics is doing you whether you don't want to do it. And he's like, well, anytime anybody tells me to vote a certain way, I vote different because you're not going to tell me how to be. And I was like, okay, cool. So you are comfortable with saying that you're willing to hurt people just because you don't like to be told about other people's problems. And he's like, well, you can't tell people what to do because they're going to naturally not want to do it. And I was just like, yeah, fucking bud, I can't help you. Like, you're just a bad person. Oh my god, it's so damp. This paintbrush is so goddamn damp. All right. I just want to seal this rangefinder with some Super Matthew Mod Podge. What you doing up there, Daisy? You cleaning your butt? Good job, buddy. Proud of you. You've got like 60% of convention goers beat just by doing that task alone. Oh, gotta stretch it out. Yep, there always is that one guy. All right, I fucking wanted to put something. I don't want to put just a blaster in his holster because I feel like this guy couldn't be asked. Mirror radio. I got this thing. Yeah, we'll use this thing. What you doing, Daisy Doo? Look at this cat. Look at how curious she is. Come on. I'm using the clippers. I gotta cut this little radio thing here. See? Yeah. Are you trying to calculate how to get down there without landing on your brother? Because I can help you down. Or maybe that's his flask of nightmare whiskey. For when he has the... Yeah. Because the binos won't fit in that, will they? They will? Never mind then. Good enough. What is on these little fingers here? Oh, I see. It's a flash from the goddamn... What are they called? From like the mold. Oh, maybe. There we go. Alright, here we go. Here, honey. You want me to help you? I got you. Up, down she goes. Say hello, everybody. Say hello. Here you go, honey. Such a good girl. Well, that's backwards. Area man plays with toys on camera. News at 11. There we go. Yeah, that's what's up. So we got a couple of rebel dudes. We did a good job today, kids. So yeah, if you like what you see, if you're into this sort of thing, if you like gorgeous cats that like to hold hands, like Mr. Storm, oh, you just a handsome sir, huh? Or if you like toy stuff, world building, Star Wars, 1-to-1 scale cosplay props, or just decor, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe. There's links in the bio down below. You guys know how that works. I hope you guys have an excellent week. I will see you Friday for WMC. Take care of each other. Check on your neighbors. Be good to each other. Too sweet me.